When we're raising a young puppy, some things are really easy, like house training it, chew toy training it, teaching him not to develop a barking habit, teaching him to enjoy spending time at home alone so he doesn't develop separation anxiety, and socializing him to people. I mean, it's the easiest thing in the world to do, to have a puppy party, and everyone hand feeds the puppy and trains him, come here, sit, and handles him and gives him his dinner kibble. And the puppy just thinks, you know, people are fantastic. And so this dog, as an adult, has no reason ever to bite people. However, what is difficult is socializing dogs with dogs. Now, in Puppyhood, it's easy. We go to puppy class and we think the dog's Mr. Sociable. He goes into class and he's playing around, he's sniffing everybody, he's jumping on everybody. Yeah, but it all changes at adolescence. And it happens overnight. If you haven't had your dog neutered, the rise in testosterone is a signal like boop, 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 adolescent dog here, for every other dog around to come over and harass him. But even if you have neutered your puppy, just the behavior of adolescents, I mean, everything adolescents do is wrong. And it sort of incites other dogs to come over and teach the puppy manners. That's what's going on here. Anyway, if your puppy doesn't learn this, if he hasn't gone through puppy class, if he's not being walked every day, if he's not going to the dog park, 3 or 4 times a week, he will eventually get into a fight. Either he picks it because he doesn't have the social savvy of a mature adult dog, or an adult dog picks the fight because your adolescent dog's acting like a jerk. What often happens after just one fight, especially for owners of little dogs or big dogs, they panic and socialization stops right there. The owner of the little dog is understandably scared, like, wow, my dog could get hurt here. And the owners of big dogs are understandably scared, wow, my big dog could hurt another dog. And so now they don't take him to the dog park. Instead, they try walking him on leash. Well, this is a huge lifestyle change for the dog. And, after he's been allowed to run free, now you're restricting him to on-leash walks. So he starts to pull on leash like a maniac. He becomes leash reactive to other dogs, to the point now it's really difficult to walk him at all. And so you don't. And then all of this energy of adolescence now comes out in other problems at home. So what do we do? Well, the solution is giving your dog appropriate feedback in puppyhood. Classically conditioning your dog to other dogs in puppyhood. But no one sees the point of doing this. They have a cute little 4-month-old dog, a 5-month-old dog, and it doesn't matter whether it's a Shih Tzu or a Rottie, and he's friendly, and they totally ignore it. You should never take that behavior for granted. When your puppy meets another dog, you should always say, oh, he's a good boy. Pat him on the head, maybe give him a little piece of kibble. In puppyhood and adolescence, I would always walk with a little bag of kibble for classical conditioning, to let your dog know, yeah, that's the right way to greet with other dogs. Why? Why is this so important? Well, I'll tell you. If you don't do that, if you just let your dog be nice and you don't say thank you, when he eventually gets into his first fight, or when he eventually lunges on leash, if you shout at him, or if you pull on that leash, if you say, hey, quit it, what you're going to find very quickly is this leash reactivity, or this antipathy towards other dogs, is going to get worse very, very quickly. Because what your dog is learning is, hey, you know what? My owner doesn't like other dogs either. When that dog came up to me, I didn't like him, but neither did my owner. My owner went, whoa, 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 like this. This is negative classical conditioning, where your dog is forming an association between other dogs and the fact that you get uptight. However, on the other hand, if you always praise and reward your puppy or your adolescent dog when he greets other dogs, when they come up to sniff him, when he goes up to sniff them, there's a good boy, there's a good dog. If he ever starts to act like a jerk now, you can say, hey, quit it, stop that, sit, thank you. There's a good dog, there's a good dog. So now it's like he's got a reprimand sandwich with great thick reward bread before and after, and just when he acted like a jerk, you said, hey, quit it, sit, there's a good dog. So now he learns, aha, it's not the other dog. that puts my owner on edge. It's when I act like a jerk. And what you will find is then the silly behavior just disappears. It's really important to keep doing this until your dog is at least 3 years old. Yes, it takes that long for your dog to get through adolescence. You never take a friendly greeting for granted. You always say thank you to your dog. And on those infrequent occasions when your dog does act like a jerk, and you just tell it, quit it, sit. There's a good dog. There's a good dog. Good boy. And we're back on track again. And if you do this, what you'll find is you'll have a real good dog-friendly dog.